Hello, and welcome to Voices Unleashed, in which we celebrate voices and artists, their influence on our community and beyond. My name is Alexandra Babel, and today with me I have the most recent magical voice of Danielle Lequaglia.
Oh,
Welcome,
thank you.
welcome.
I want to thank you for your kindness
Oh, you're
and
very
for
nice.
inviting me at your program.
Of course, I'm inviting you. This is very exciting, everyone, because this amazing young man has now moved to Cologne recently from Milan, Italy. And he studied at the G. Battista Martin Conservatory in Bologna and has performed and taught throughout Italy, including as a soloist in collaboration with the Opera of Rome. And Danielle is now here in Kelowna, ready to perform for us and take pupils and maybe reside permanently in Canada, we hope.
I hope to. Yes,
You hope.
obviously.
Well, it's not every day that you meet somebody not only with the gorgeous voice of a countertenor, and maybe many of you don't know what a countertenor is, we're going to talk about it, but also someone moving from the great metropolis of Milan. I mean, we all know about Milan and its fashion and culture. How do you move away from there? That's not easy. But obviously, you can see before your eyes, he has brought the fashion and the culture with him. And I've got a feeling we're going to be very, very close friends now that I've met him. You can't get rid of me now. So, so I have a few questions to ask you because you are an early music specialist. So many of my people don't even know the different categories of classical music in the first place. So for our listeners who might be new to what's called early music, could you briefly explain what early music is and what defines it as a genre? And then tell us about your journey into this style of music.
Oh, it's so interesting. It's so long, a long story.
Yes, well, we have a bit of time. I think that RJ, our producer, gives us between 8 and 18 minutes or so. So it won't be any longer than that.
Thank you. So, I started to sing when I was 10 years old, and in a choir, in a church choir in my little town, Ciro. The name is Ciro. It's in the south of Italy, Calabria, in the region of Calabria. And I met a teacher, a singing teacher, and she started to say to me, maybe you can be a controtenor, maybe you can be a sopranista, a male soprano.
Okay, so for our listeners, what is countertenor and what is sopranista?
Exactly. And for me, I was thinking the same at that time, and I searched for this information, and I discovered that the sopranista or controtenor or contraltista, it's that kind of voice that it's similar to a child voice and will sing and sing in the same range of the female voices. For example, controtenor, it's similar to contralto. Woman contralto.
So that's what we call altos around here, or lower female voices.
Exactly.
Yes.
Controtenor, it's like a mezzo soprano.
Yes.
And the sopranista or a male soprano, sorry for my pronunciation, it's like a soprano.
I see. So different categories of that. So sopranista. And which one are you?
I started to sing like a sopranista. And now my voice, I'm changing. My body is more older than before, and I'm changing my repertorio. My repertorio now it's like a controtenor, like a mezzo soprano.
Countertenor, like a mezzo soprano, and I think that's true for all voices. That our voices change over time. What I might have been a soubrette in my early years, which is a very light soprano, then goes into maybe lyric soprano, and then more
it's
of
the
it.
same for me.
Yes, I think. Oh, you think about even a violin, which starts when it's new, and then the wood gets a little darker, the tone changes a bit.
The color too.
The color too. So okay, so you started with this teacher. You're 10 years old. You're in the choir, and then what?
And then I discovered that there was a lot of repertorio that the name of this repertoire was early music or Baroque music, Renaissance music.
Yes,
And the
early music
early
or
music.
Baroque music or Renaissance music.
And all of this music, it's the beginning of the opera lyrica.
Yes.
They helped to the composer of the 19th century
Yes.
to create the opera that we know now today.
Right.
Nowadays.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning, yes. And I discovered the different types of techniques. The recitar cantando for the early music, for the Renaissance music, for example, Caccini,
Oh,
or
yes.
Orlando di Lasso.
Yes.
And then I changed again my technique for the Baroque period, and it's more concentrate on the breath, and it's a little different, the repertorio, but the pronunciation, the diction of the words remained the same, pretty the same from the Renaissance music. After, when we arrived on the classical period with Mozart, for example, he's in the middle.
Yes.
The technique and the color of the voices and the type of expression changed.
Yes.
And we have now a different type of emission of voice. And thanks this pathway that I did, I discovered how to manage this repertorio, interesting repertorio, and how it's beautiful to discover that there was all the music that we know today as something linked to the past.
100%. It's absolutely the beginning, and it has the foundation. It's the grounding of every other expression. It's interesting how passionate and emotional it is too. The music itself is all the storylines and passion and trouble and Sturm und Drang of all the present day was all there. All there. Absolutely. So when you're singing this early music, what are some of the key technical differences from, say, modern singing on the radio? You know, what people are doing now, and how do you approach interpreting your text?
So, and there isn't a real difference, because if you start to sing like a Renaissance singer, you will discover that the technique is pretty the same, because it was a recitar cantando. It's like a musical. We know the musical today.
Yeah.
It was like a musical, similar to the musical, because there wasn't a real big range of notes or extension that in that period the singers must use.
Right. Yeah. Limited range, and still also very much like a musical.
Exactly. Yeah. And the fundamental of that period was the word.
The words.
Like the modern music.
Yeah. The text.
The text.
Right.
Yes,
right.
text.
Right.
And I think that are pretty the same. Obviously, the accompaniment is completely different.
Yes.
But the meaning, and the quality and the way how they are using, it's pretty the same. It's important, the text, the words.
Yes, 100%. So it's the expression of the emotion, the passion, all of the heartache, all of this is the same, right? Of course, obviously, there's going to be some difference in way one sings, I mean, technically, etc. But the heart of it, I love that answer. The heart of it is the same, absolutely the same. And so when you're interpreting these texts, I know it's a lot about the message of the song. What are we saying? And of course, that always comes first. And I was thinking even Mozart, and even if you think about the American composer Samuel Barber, these composers always put the text first. The music served the text. And probably your teacher, as well as my teacher, would say, what are you doing up there if you don't have any message to say? You're just up there. Well, you have to express something.
Exactly.
Say something, right?
Exactly.
So I think I love that answer. So how do you incorporate your historical performance practice into your singing? So, like, for example, what resources we really hit on the text. That's really where you're looking at the behind the scenes work. What makes you feel ready to get on stage and sing a song? What's the work that gets you there?
Okay. First, obviously, we have to know what we have to sing, which kind of character we have to create, and the study. It's the first path, the first step, and then obviously with technique, with the indication of the director, the master director, and the regia. I don't know in English how to say the regista.
The coach and the stage director and the stage director,
exactly.
And vocal coach and the conductor. There's a lot of people involved.
Exactly. Thanks them,
yes,
you can find the way how to affront the stage.
Yes. Yes.
Because otherwise, if you start to think, I can manage everything, I can find everything, you can try, but without the help of the other, your performance will be without something.
Yes, without its substance. It's sort of like trying to get to the Olympics without any coaches.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's impossible to do this without our support team. Exactly. So we
need other professionals.
Yeah, we owe them a great deal. So there's, of course, the voice teacher that makes sure that your technique is good, your vocal coach that helps you to express the particular piece. You've got the conductor who's in charge of keeping you right on track with the orchestra or the orchestra on track with you. Yes. There's the stage director, the costume designer. There's usually a supportive lover in the backstage. There's so many that make us.
We need
them. We need them all. Yes, and so it's a lot. It's a lot, and I think some people don't quite realize that. As opera singers, we rarely walk on stage even to audition for a part unless we've worked on that part for a year or 2 years, even more.
Or more, yes.
Yes, we don't really, in this particular genre, try it out and see. We often expect of ourselves to really have it before we go onto the stage. Another thing that is important to know is if I sing an aria from an opera, it goes without saying that I should be ready to sing the role. Exactly. I have seen many times when someone will sing the aria, but then the role is not possible for them. So it's all part and parcel of the preparation. It's an exclusive discipline, and it's just so worth it.
Yes.
It's worth it. Absolutely worth it. What are some of the rewarding and challenging aspects of your career?
Challenging?
Yeah, I'll take either one. Challenging, rewarding. Maybe it's the same. Both is the same.
There was a challenge when I met for the first time Riccardo Muti.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yes, I think the audience knows. Muti also, yes.
And I sang with him in a choir, in a production around Europe and abroad, right?
Abroad, yes,
sorry.
Yes.
And the challenge was to stay focused on his indication, because when you started to lose his tactus, his direction,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was so upset because
I've had conductors like that. Yikes!
We needed all of us, all the singers needed to learn everything, the other stuff, so the music, the words, the movements on the stage.
Blocking.
We needed to learn them before to arrive to the rehearsal.
Yes.
And before to arrive to the concert.
Yeah. So everything had to be learned and memorized, even the blocking before rehearsal started. This is very different from other genres where they take the time during rehearsal to learn these things. Yeah. No, you arrive with it all learned.
Especially when you have to pay attention to the master,
conductor,
to the conductor.
Yes.
And you cannot move your eyes from him. We must stay
focused on him constantly.
2 hours, 3 hours, and only with the eyes on him.
Yes.
And this was a real challenge for me, because we had in our hands the score, but it was just for an impression for a
You are not to look at it.
no, look at it.
Don't look
yes.
down at it. Oh, just hold it, but don't look at it. Okay, that's hard.
It's hard. It was so interesting, and at the same time challenging.
I understand. But
And,
what an experience to work with
yes.
such a maestro.
He needed to be observed
Yes, of course.
because he told us, you never know when I change
My mind.
Exactly.
Even spontaneously in a rehearsal, it happens.
Exactly. It was
happens.
so stressful for all of us.
Oh, yes, I understand. Well, and I mean, there are other beautiful highlights to your career. One, I think the audience will enjoy this treat that I have for them. There is very early in your career, I think you were 19 years
Yes.
old, when you were the guest on Italy's
Got
Italy's Got Talent. Are you ready for this, everybody? We have a beautiful presentation for you right now. I'd love for you to see the judges and their reaction to this amazing young voice. I hope you enjoy this clip.
Ho portato la Carmen, la banera.
La banera.
La banera.
Ti ascoltiamo.
Okay, so that one lady pressed the X. What was going on there?
She was thinking that my voice was fake, and there was a track voice.
Oh, so she didn't believe that was your voice.
But after the other presenter
Explained it.
explained
Yeah.
it, yes. No, I started to thanks for this execution,
Oh.
and there was a standing ovation. Yes.
Was there? Oh my goodness. We'll have to watch the rest of it another time, but that
Yes.
is amazing. So I bet it caught your eye too, that a voice like that coming out, it's a surprise. You know, we don't have that very often here in North America. It's a very unique voice, but what a gorgeous, beautiful
you.
voice. And so what I would like to tell our audience is that I have the honor and privilege of being colleagues with you. We are
That's okay.
both on the faculty of the Kelowna Community Music School. And the audience will remember that I had the artistic director, Christine Moore, here last episode. And I'm very happy to announce to the audience that we're going to be offering an early music workshop together this summer. Details are yet to come, but it's going to culminate in a final concert on July 20th. I'll have lots of time to tell you about this, and it'll be very exciting because we might even find ourselves singing together on that performance.
Who knows?
And who knows? And we are so thrilled that you are part of our community now.
Thank you.
Absolutely know that without a doubt that there's a fertile soil here, and that we're going to plant the seeds of your beautiful career and
Thank
your
you.
beautiful talent. While we still get to enjoy you before you make it big, we're going to make sure that a lot of people hear you sing. And I know that the students that are going to sign up for your studio are going to be very privileged to have you as a teacher. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
No, I want to thank you
Of course.
again for your, kindness, and you're so gentle, and for you, for everything, because you are so great,
Oh, so
so
sweet.
professional, so
Oh, thank
so
you. I
gentle.
know we're going to do some very fun things together. I think there's room for early music concert series in Kelowna. I know there is. And I'm so excited for what's to come for the two of us.
Me
And
too.
so welcome to Kelowna.
Thank you
and
so much.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time today. All the best until I see you at the next episode.